Hello everyone. Nio July report reveals 53.2% of NIO owners use battery swaps, with 75.9% preferring battery swaps or home chargers. Guys, NIO has released a new and shocking report for July, and this shows that it is big news. First of all, let's talk about ratios. This is for NIO owners regarding where they get their electricity from. So, 53.2% of NIO owners get their electricity from battery swaps. This is out of the total amount of electricity they consume. Then, 19.6% from third-party chargers, 4.5% from NIO public chargers, and 22.7% from home chargers. This means 75.9% of electricity is taken from either battery swaps or home chargers. Absolutely amazing. In the month of July, there were 19 new swap stations, and then we got 4th-generation swap stations in various cities like Shanghai, and these are being deployed throughout China. There are also 14 new highway swap stations, and on highways, there will be a swap station approximately every 224 kilometers. Absolutely incredible. And here is a very interesting stat. For July, the total number of swap station orders is 2,299,707. This means an average of 74,184 swaps are happening every day, which means there is one swap every 1.16 seconds. Absolutely crazy. There is one swap every second. And then, in the month of July, on average, every NIO owner swapped approximately 4 times. And if you assume that each charging takes about an hour or 60 minutes, this means each NIO owner saved 3 hours and 48 minutes if they swapped instead of charging. So, this is a lot of time saved. Remember this number, 2.299 million swaps. And then, in terms of charges, NIO has installed 162 new charging piles, and many of these include rural places within China. And in many of these rural places, there is 99.83% coverage. This means 99.83% coverage in rural places is only with NIO. So pretty crazy. And then if you look at the number of charging orders, and remember these are public chargers, okay? These are NIO public chargers. Anyone can charge there, not just NIO and BYD, Tesla, etc. Everyone can charge there. NIO has 2.266 million orders for charging. This means there are even more swap station orders. People are swapping more. The total swaps are more than the total charges that everyone is using on NIO chargers, which is absolutely insane. And now, on top of this stat, 80% are from non-NIO owners. So, these charging orders are 80% from non-NIO owners. Over 200 other brands are using NIO chargers. And I've seen, like Tesla taxis, some of them use NIO chargers because they are very reliable and their price is very fair. And of course, we know that in July, Huawei also got involved in swapping and the charging network. So, they can also use NIO chargers. And this is another step towards a potential swapping partnership in the future. And yes, this is very interesting. This number is for scenic route or scenic spot swaps or scenic spots charging plus swapping. So, we can tell that many NIO owners, including NIO owners in Europe, have visited a charger or swap station at a scenic spot, which can be very remote or rural. And this is also a very good stat. And it is also advertising that there is only one route in Europe that stretches 1,227 kilometers. And on that route, there are 16 charging or swap stations in Europe, and many people go there and use that route, which is very, very good. So, this is very interesting. And it also says that, NIO has built all this charging infrastructure on these scenic routes in China, including some very rural ones as well. This is the number of flexible battery upgrades. NIO completed 20,606 flexible battery upgrades in the month of July. Flexible battery upgrades are a game-changing feature. We know that NIO cars don't have to worry about battery degradation, but you can also temporarily upgrade for about $20 or $8 per day to upgrade from a 75 to 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack. and it costs around $20 to upgrade from a 75 to 150 kilowatt-hour battery pack. This way, you can double your range for just $20 per day, which is absolutely fantastic. And the slogan is that you can use the standard range battery pack for your everyday needs. But when you need to go on a long road trip, you can upgrade to a 100 or 150 kilowatt-hour battery pack. And I have another great news. Flexible battery upgrades are also coming to Europe by the end of this year. So, this is something to look forward to as well. And the biggest news is that swapping is increasing. We are getting 2.299 million swaps. And this is just from NIO orders, compared to 2.266 million charging orders, which includes all orders, not just from NIO. So, there are more swap orders. This means that swapping is being validated, or people are preferring swapping. This is not difficult for NIO owners. 53.2% are swapping, and only 4.5% are charging. And if we look at the total, including public chargers, this amounts to about 24%. So, 53.2% swapping for NIO owners and 24% for public chargers, including NIO public chargers. So, people are definitely preferring swapping over charging. One thing to remember is that swapping has a fixed fee, while charging has a variable service fee that depends on the amount of electricity you use. If you only need to charge 10%, then charging is better because the fixed fee for swapping is higher. However, if your battery is nearly depleted, swapping can be cheaper than charging in some places. Also, NIO has flexible pricing for swapping. They increase the swapping fees during peak hours, and charging rates are also higher. Keep in mind the prices for swapping and charging in remote locations. NIO significantly raises the prices there, especially in rural areas where only NIO chargers are available. Everyone has to charge there. NIO has pricing power, and they manage to make good earnings from these locations. It's quite interesting that more people are opting for swapping compared to charging. Nio July report shows 53.2% of owners use battery swaps, averaging 74,184 daily. The company added 19 swap stations and 162 charging piles, achieving high rural coverage. Flexible battery upgrades and increasing swap orders highlight the efficiency and popularity of NIO battery swapping system over traditional charging. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.